Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And last night I caught this commercial that even made my jaw drop. It really shows what a dystopia we truly live in. It really shows that not only is Big Pharma openly concerned about nothing more than profits and not your well-being and not your health, but it is disturbing to the point where there is now an advertisement out there, a drug that people can buy if they are on a multitude of antidepressants that now admittedly have given them a new type of disorder called TD that makes their face convulse like they have a palsy, and that their arm also has an involuntary motion. But wait, there's more. When you get to the end of the ad, it tells you that one of the side effects of this very drug could also be involuntary motions. Now, this also harkens to the fact that when you listen to what the side effects of antidepressants are, they talk about suicidal thoughts and actions. So you didn't think it could get any more bizarre. And before I get to this spot from Ingrezza, I'm going to talk about another drug that I couldn't believe existed a decade plus ago now. When I was over at InfoWars, I covered another drug called Abilify. And we're going to talk about Abilify because it was an antidepressant on top of an antidepressant when your antidepressants weren't working. Okay? And we're going to talk about a ton of different issues here. But when you see this ad for Ingrezza, it should let you know society's over in some cases. It's over. People have chosen to physically injure themselves in some kind of a mental illness mega Olympics to see how far they will go to where their bodies no longer work anymore, and they'll take a drug for that too. That's how crazy things have gotten. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share, join the Burmis Brigade. Again, we're fully demonetized here, folks, so the links are down below if you can financially support us. But if you can't, make the free Rockfin account. Come on over to Rockfin. A premium subscription gets you all the premium material, and I'm going to be putting up some premium stuff today for sure, some throwbacks and more. But you get access to all the other videos and the uncensored versions of these ones because we know there's so much censorship out there from big tech. Facebook has just now announced they'll no longer take down posts that claim that the virus could be man-made. Wow. Thanks, Facebook. Right? Thanks. That's awful nice of you. Odyssey, thank you for backing it up. All the documentary films, Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture are free right here. So I want to discuss Abilify for a second. All right, when I first saw these commercials, it was hard for me to believe that this existed. That people were, first of all, now looking to these antidepressants that in many cases, by the way, on top of those suicidal thoughts and actions, people who end up taking their lives take people with them. Many times they're families and children, and it's not really discussed. These SSRI, serotonin reuptake inhibitors, right? That basically in some cases can put you in a delusional state. Now, am I saying that all of these drugs are bad in all cases? No, absolutely not. I'm saying when you're trying to make a profit margin and you are outwardly advertising these to people, you give a whole lot of incentive to a whole lot of corruption and not a whole lot of science in helping people. All right? So when I saw Abilify, this ad we're going to watch here, is from 2009, okay? 2009. I was already alarmed. But this is going to be paled in comparison to what we watch in a moment.
I'm taking an antidepressant, but it feels like I need some more help.
Approximately 2 out of 3 people being treated for depression still have unresolved symptoms.
So let's just stop that right there. Again, this is from 12 years ago. So they're already telling you that antidepressants really aren't that effective because, there's still symptoms. Only 33% of these people that are taking them don't have any more symptoms left. All right, but let's continue.
If your antidepressant alone isn't enough, talk to your doctor. One option he may consider is adding Abilify. Abilify is approved to treat depression in adults when added to an antidepressant.
Oh.
Learn more about Abilify. Call your doctor if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait, whoa. What was that about unusual thoughts, behavior, and thoughts of suicide? Again, I thought that this was the Twilight Zone 12 years ago. I mean, they're on a pier, they're having happy times while they literally state, you could have a change in behavior and thoughts of suicide. So let's continue.
Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults.
Children, teens, and young adults. And what have we seen an increase in giving kids these type of drugs over the last decade plus?
Elderly dementia patients taking Abilify have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have high fever, stiff muscles, and confusion on Abilify, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar.
What was that? Uncontrollable muscle movements. Those could become permanent. We're going to circle back to that in a moment. Did you just hear that? Uncontrollable muscle movements that may become permanent. 12 years ago.
Has been reported with Abilify and medicines like it. In some cases, extreme high blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Other risks include dizziness upon standing, decreases in white blood cells, which can be serious, seizures, impaired judgment or motor skills, or trouble swallowing.
Adding Abilify has made a difference for me.
In a minute, we're going to talk about that difference because what's really uncanny about this. Now, this is where it gets spooky. Remember that involuntary muscles? Well, maybe it did make a difference because tell me that the actress that they didn't get for Ingrezza, all right, that is going to demonstrate these involuntary muscle movements that now are okay to have because you're taking antidepressants. Because antidepressants are good for you, they're working, but they are causing these muscle spasms. Tell me that this doesn't look like this woman who's been medded up for 12 years. And let's take a look at how those symptoms came out.
Mental health meds, and your mind is finally in a better place.
Oh, good.
Except now, you have uncontrollable body movements called tardive dyskinesia, TD.
Tardive dyskinesia, TD. Now, she's moved on. Obviously, her first husband's left her because of all the antidepressants she's taken. And she's developed this, again, terrible disorder where let's talk about something because they're going to say, wow, all you can think about is people are now looking at you because you have a palsy in your face and uncontrollable muscle movement. Yeah, that's going to be great for your self-image. That's not going to cause more depression, right?
And it can seem like that's all people see. Some meds for mental health can cause abnormal dopamine signaling in the brain. While how it works is not fully understood, Ingrezza is thought to reduce that signal.
It's just thought to reduce that signal, by the way.
Ingrezza is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with TD movements in the face and body. People taking Ingrezza can stay on their current dose of most mental health meds. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to any of its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects, including sleepiness. Don't drive, operate heavy machinery, or do other dangerous activities until you know how Ingrezza affects you. Other serious side effects include potential heart rhythm problems and abnormal movements.
And abnormal movements. So one of the side effects, like I said, of the same drug, okay, that's trying to suppress these abnormal movements you've developed from taking mental health meds, which they warned you about 12 years ago, by the way. You know, you go out there, you type in Abilify, and like you go search for videos, and actually all you do see are, you know, there's lawsuits going on. What are the side effects of Abilify? And all this was outed about 5-6 years ago. Okay? So you know, people, let's get with it. Life's tough. Life's real tough. And I was thinking about, you know, so many directions to go into this, but really it comes down to everything I've been talking about in this transhumanist movement, where they're going to sell you an idea that, you know, children have the capacity to think and be what they want, treat themselves the way they want. Big Pharma is going to have their way with us on a level we've never seen until now, right? That's just beginning. This is just the start. This little boop boop action. I want you to take a good look at what they're telling you. They're selling people on the idea that it's okay, that enough people have developed a palsy-like action in their face and arms from antidepressants, mental health meds, that they're not going to take them off the market. Right? They're not going to say they're dangerous. They're going to come out with another drug for you to take. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Now, I hope that you share this video. I know it's really early for a lot of my audience. It's not even 7 a.m. on the East Coast. But in about an hour plus, we're going to have Whitney Webb to come on and talk about her latest Epstein and Gates article, which is bar none explosive. Really shows you how the relationship between Gates, his foundation, Microsoft, etc., is a very real one that goes well beyond when they say they first met. Okay? So I want to encourage you to check that out. I want to encourage you once again to make the Rockfin account, make the Rockfin account, make the Rockfin account. Okay? Because Whitney Webb, I'll tell you right now, Operation Warp Speed and Whitney Webb, let's do that right now. Okay, let's show people how it works on YouTube and how loving they are. Okay, because Whitney Webb, who did such a bang-up job exposing what? Operation Warp Speed, this whole thing, as a very real military operation, okay? Right here. Let's see, what can we do here? So they took down Whitney Webb and my video 7 months ago from the DARPA connections to this, et cetera, et cetera. It's gone. We're about to have her on Epstein, Microsoft, Gates. You're going to want to watch that. And if you want to make sure that you can watch the video behind me, which has been taken down, it's free on Rockfin right now. It's free on Rockfin. Make the free account. Go check out all the other uncensored videos, right? I should have to label that one uncensored since they pulled it all together. Luckily, Odyssey also has that Whitney Webb video, but it doesn't have the uncensored stuff because it's just a backup of this channel. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order to Find, and Shade the Motion Picture are free right here, right now in the documentary film section. Guys, thanks so much for supporting me. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So again, the links are down below. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip.